HD 2012. This is the show that broke ground in 2011 and rocked the world of professional wrestling. We are America's #1 professional wrestling rant show, and it's because you made it happen. And we would like to say thank you for coming back each and every week, and thank you for coming back for this first edition of 2012 wrestlerant HD. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how wrestlerant got started in 2011. At first, when wrestlerant started, it began small time, and then it grew, continued to grow, and grew so much bigger than we had imagined. The next thing you know, it went from being just wrestlerant to wrestlerant HD. With yours truly, of course, Angelo Demetrius. wrestlerant is a show based solely for the expression of the fan's voice, the fan's opinion. Hey, CM Punk isn't the only voice of the fan in the business. When you want to hear what you want to hear, you come here to wrestlerant HD. After all, it was me that stepped to Triple H like a man on this program and asked him for the interview. I didn't run, I didn't kowtow just because he's the game. I stepped to him like a man right here on wrestlerant HD. Please, Triple H, please just give me the interview. Come on, you gotta call me back. I'll do anything, Triple H. Anything. What just happened? Did you just do that? What was that? Did you just do that? Did you play that? Fans, please ignore what you saw. I promise you that all of the time, I approach any situation like a man. Now, as I was saying, what was that? What did I just see? Did you do that? Do you want to lose your job? Let me tell you something. You are skating on thin ice. Never mind. We're going to do this later. Now, back to wrestlerant. Listen, fans, this has been a great start to the year. I like some of the things I'm seeing, and I kind of don't like some of the other things that I've seen. Like, for instance, let's talk about, well, my pet subject, John Cena. Now, I like that the WWE seems to be trying to push Cena into becoming a heel. But WWE, be careful, because you could push too soon. It's a good idea. John does need to go back to being a heel like he started when he came to the WWE. But let me say this. It is definitely time to get over John Cena. No. Not get him over in the story, but just get over him. Listen, I can't tell you how tired I am week after week of hearing about John Cena. It's time for someone new. It's time for something new. Listen, as much as I hate to say it, even Wade Barrett is fresher than John Cena. And I understand that you want to build something on the way into WrestleMania. I think the Kane-John Cena feud is a good way to go. And I also like the fact that WWE brought the old Attitude Kane back. This Kane is a lot more interesting and a lot more scary and a lot more devastating. This could be what might take Cena over the edge. So, having said that, I have this to say. Hey Cena, the year turned around. Now it's your turn. Who loves R-Truth? I do. Let me tell you why. R-Truth with a major comeback. Turns heel. Nobody likes him. Gets wacky with the whole little Jimmy thing and talking to whoever this guy is and talking to whoever that guy is. Whatever you think, R-Truth is on fire now. He comes back with a vengeance on The Miz. Heck, I like the fact that The Miz is back in the picture. All you Misfits out there ought to like that too. Why? Are you silly? Come on! He's The Miz! And he's... Alright. Because every now and again, The Miz does get on your nerves. But I gotta admit, this story between him and R-Truth, which we eventually knew would happen, is a great story and a great rivalry in WWE history. And I cannot wait to see what happens between these two. I'm looking forward to it. Hey! Don't boo me. You should be booing yourselves. Alright. The 6-man tag team match at the end of Monday Night Raw was terrifying. Listen, I understand we've got weeks before the major pay-per-view, the Royal Rumble. I understand there's not much to do. But listen, would you not bore us to death with this kind of stuff? I understand that you need something like this to build momentum going into the pay-per-view in the weeks ahead. But at least make it interesting. I wanted to see more out of this 6-man tag team match, or as I call it, this 6-man drag match, than we saw on Monday Night Raw. It just didn't have the oomph in it to keep me interested. Well, fans, let me tell you this. If you want oomph, you're tuned in to the right place. You're tuned in to America's #1 professional wrestling rant show, WrestleRant HD. Don't you go anywhere.
Are you tired of the same old boring jacket?
Man, this is boring.
Introducing the all-new Jericho jacket.
Oh boy, cool.
Now you can be the Dorkatola of Rock and Lola.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How do you get this amazing jacket? We're so glad you asked. Just call the number at the bottom of your screen. 1-800-555-JERICHO. 1-800-555-JERICHO. And if you call right now, we'll give you this extra set of lights just for free.
What am I going to do with these?
So call right now to get your Jericho jacket and your extra set of lights for free, because we're passing on the savings to you!
Welcome back to WrestleRant HD. I'm your host, Angelo Demetris, and you're still watching America's #1 professional wrestling rant show. The show that gets in the WWE's face for you. Now, we got to talk about something that happened huge on Monday Night Raw. Something that was big, yet at the same time, hilarious. Y2J Chris Jericho made his comeback. Kind of. Did he just go from babyface to heel in mere minutes? Let me tell you, I haven't seen anything like that ever. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad Chris Jericho's back. I like Chris Jericho. I'm a Chris Jericho fan. I'm a Jerichoholic, whatever you want to call it. But let me say this. Did he just get back from working air traffic control? Is that why he was wearing that jacket? Hey Chris, the Jackson 5 called. They want their victory tour jacket back. Anyway, all I'm saying is this. With Chris Jericho coming back in such a weird way, you have to try to figure out between now and Monday. Is Jericho a babyface? Or is he a heel? Did his comeback just go completely wrong? Did he pick the microphone up and have nothing to say because he has no one to feud with? WWE, if you need help getting Chris Jericho someone to feud with, you've come to the right place. Now, far be it from me to give you my opinion about professional wrestling. Yeah, right. Now, since Chris Jericho is back, and he's obviously in better shape than Triple H, let's talk about who Chris Jericho could feud with that everybody would care about. I think it would be a good idea, in my opinion, if Chris Jericho feuded with the best wrestler in the world. That's right, Mr. Ice Cream Bar himself, CM Punk. Why, you ask? Before Jericho left, his shtick was, I am the best in the world. And since CM Punk makes the same claim to fame, it would only be reasonable that Chris Jericho feud with CM Punk. Y2J versus the man who revolutionized, oh, I hate saying this, sports entertainment. Where was Chris Jericho? Dancing with the Stars. While Chris Jericho was doing tangos and waltzes, CM Punk was breaking down walls. Sorry, Chris. On Monday Night Raw. When's the last time you did that, Jericho? Hasn't been a long time. Chris, I like the look. Hey, I want to buy that jacket from you. But buddy, you got to come back stronger and better on the mic this year, this time around. Because I believe if you are a babyface, you better bring something good to the table. You better bring a mighty big dinner. But if you're going to be a heel, your best bet to feud with is definitely CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. Hey, there's no favorites here. Alright. Now, how many of you watched Friday Night SmackDown and seen the little back and forth between Dustin Rhodes and Cody Rhodes? Now, I like the fact that WWE is kind of trying to get away from Goldust a little bit. I like the fact that they're calling Dustin Rhodes Dustin Rhodes. Now, I know he's never going to go back to the WCW natural Dustin Rhodes, but I, for a change, would like to see Dustin Rhodes wrestle in that ring instead of Goldust. Cody Rhodes made a threat and a challenge to his brother Dustin that if he would even think about putting that gold paint on, getting back in the ring and challenging him, he'd knock it right off of his face. He would make him a laughingstock. I think this is a good time for Dustin Rhodes to make his comeback. Cody Rhodes can build anybody up. And by the way, you ought to be thanking Booker T, Cody Rhodes, for helping to build you up. Hey, how many of you seen that Divas match between Tamina and Natalya? I loved it. I love the fact that the WWE is putting over a legend's daughter in Tamina. I love the fact that Tamina, like her father, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, was not afraid to climb to that top rope, put her wings on, and fly. I love the Divas action, and I love divas like Natalya and Tamina and Beth Phoenix. Not too keen on some of the other divas. They haven't really shown me anything. But I, for one, am pushing for a Divas-owned show on the WWE Network coming up this year, whenever they decide to come out with that. I think it would be good programming, and I think the young ladies, as I've stated in the past before, need someone to look up to besides the men. I don't know, just throwing an idea out there, Vince. Perhaps Amazon Championship Wrestling? That's a free gold nugget for you, McMahon. Now, how about that feud triangle going on between Mark Henry, Daniel Bryan, and the Big Show? Big Show, former 42-second World Heavyweight Champion. Mark Henry, former 4 or 5 month long reigning heavyweight champion. Daniel Bryan, the aspiring heel to be reigning heavyweight champion. I don't know about you, and I can't believe I'm even going to say this, but things are looking really good for Daniel Bryan right about now. Not only has he changed his attitude, but he's gone to a heel persona, which is what he tried to do in the first place, but he broke the rules, so WWE had to throw him out, them being PG and all, and not wanting to go back to attitude. Daniel Bryan is now establishing himself as a heel character. I say, good for you, Daniel Bryan, because I'm buying it. I love it. I love the fact that Daniel Bryan gets in a giant's face, and how does he get out of it? Wait a minute. Goes to another monster, causes friction with an already agitated Mark Henry, just to get out of it. Now, here's one of my favorite things about this story. You thought Big Show was going to turn heel at the beginning, and they twisted it on you. It's Daniel Bryan that's the heel in this thing, and it's Daniel Bryan that's getting the bill, while all the while, Mark Henry still throws his flavor in the whole mix. Man, this is better than a soap opera. Oh wait, it is. Still a soap opera. Anyway, it's professional wrestling, and I love it. You have to love it. And I love being here on WrestleRant HD for you. Well, that's it for this edition of WrestleRant HD. I'm your host, Angelo Demetrius, saying I hope that you will join us here next week, as you have each and every week, right here on WrestleRant HD, right here on YouTube.com. I will see you next week for more WrestleRant HD. Good. Bye, everybody.